Insanely giant monsters and video games, a recipe that can never go wrong. After all, everyone loves video games, and epic game bosses are just what makes these games even more appealing. Also, the bigger they are, the better it feels to defeat them. And over the years, video game monsters have only gotten bigger and more powerful, which is why I absolutely love these games. But then, have you ever wondered which one is the biggest, baddest monster to have ever appeared in video games? Well, that's what we're here to answer today. So, welcome back to Factholic, and this is your host, Scott Leffler, bringing you the top 10 largest monsters to have ever appeared in video games. And let's just get right into it. Number 10. Leviathan, StarCraft. More than 4 miles. If you've ever played StarCraft, you'll recognize Leviathan easily. After all, it is the largest Zerg organism on record. These giants were basically once spaceborne creatures until Zergs infested them and turned them into armored carriers. You know a monster is massive when it's bigger than your average town, and the Leviathan is just that. But then it's still the smallest in our list today. Number 9. Jormungandr, World Serpent, God of War. Over 6 miles long. Behold the World Serpent, aka Midgard Serpent, aka Jormungandr. This is a mythical Jotun serpent designed to fight Thor come Ragnarok. He becomes an ally of Kratos and Atreus after the pair awaken him from deep slumber within the Lake of Nine. By the way, the Jormungandr is perhaps the largest sea monster in video games so far, but then it still takes the 9th spot in the overall listing. But the primordial serpent is still friggin' huge. As a matter of fact, it's believed to have grown so large that it was able to surround the earth and grasp its own tail. As a result, even receiving the name of the World Serpent. Number 8. Brethren Moons, Dead Space. About 2,000 miles. The Brethren Moons, though their origins are unknown, it's pretty certain that these are a series of moon-sized creatures throughout the galaxy. Ones that consume all organic life that they encounter through the use of their markers. These giant spacefaring monsters are actually believed to be the final life cycle stage of the necromorphs. Apart from being crazy big, the Brethren Moons even have colossal, almost worm-like tendrils and tentacles spouting out from their big fleshy mass. Some of the tentacles could perhaps be hundreds of miles long. So, good luck beating that, folks. Number 7. Gohma Vlitra, Asura's Wrath, 5,840 miles. Being the manifestation of Gaia's very will, the Gohma Vlitra was a powerful dark spirit and basically the embodiment of the planet's anger towards the demigods. Being a planet-sized entity, the Gohma is a force to be reckoned with. As is the case with all of the monsters in this list, the Gohma is a monster of epic proportions and just loves causing destruction as its hobby. It's also exceedingly strong, to the point that its level of impurity is described as immeasurable. Number 6. Gongen Wyzen, Asura's Wrath, about 8,000 miles. First, there was Wyzen. Then there was Vajra Wyzen, all pale in comparison to this Asura's Wrath's villain's final and most powerful form, Gongen Wyzen. In the game, Wyzen is one of the former 8 Guardian Generals and the powerhouse of the 7 deities. Gongen Wyzen is beyond massive. His size and girth is straight up planetary. Capable of destroying Asura with the mere tip of his finger, this deity can only be defeated by channeling all of Asura's might into a 6-armed super punch straight into said fingertip. Number 5. Karma Fortress, Asura's Wrath, 15,500 miles. Imagine a monstrous fortress with tremendous power that can fuse with a demigod, Deus. By the way, by monstrous, I mean planetary, about twice the size of Earth itself. Yes, that's what the Karma Fortress exactly is. Looks-wise, it appears to look like a colossal, ruined Buddha statue that easily dwarfs Gaia itself in size. It even had a weapon with the ability to utterly obliterate anything within its line of fire. as well as being powerful enough to destroy Gaia itself. And it's called the Brahmastra. Man, after this, I can only imagine what sort of crazy, huge monsters we have left. Or maybe it's already beyond my abilities to comprehend. Let's find out. Number 4. Unicron. Transformers PS2. 75,000 miles. Incredibly, a planet-sized monster isn't the largest one we've ever seen in video games, cause we already went beyond that with the previous monster, and this one's in a different league altogether. Unicron, the massive transformer, is one of the earliest creations of the universe, an arch-nemesis of the planet Cybertron. As it shapeshifts and uses its powerful beams to try and destroy the homeworld of the Autobots, Optimus Prime rolls, or rather flies, out to defeat him. Now, if you really want to find how massive the Unicron is, it's probably somewhere between the planets of Neptune and Saturn. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind away, then you should check out the top 3. Number 3. Aurelion Sol, League of Legends, 16.4 million miles. That size figure probably says it all. I mean, if he ever happened to appear in our solar system, then his body would make it nearly halfway to Mercury from the Sun. Yeah, it's that massive. Let's now see what the official League of Legends description has to say about him. Aurelion Sol once graced the vast emptiness of the cosmos with celestial wonders of his own devising. Now he is forced to wield his awesome power at the behest of a spacefaring empire that tricked him into servitude. Desiring a return to his star-forging ways, Aurelion Sol will drag the very stars from the sky if he must, in order to regain his freedom. Boy oh boy, that's huge. But then, what other monsters can even top Sol then? Number 2. Golden Chakravartin. Asura's Wrath, over 6 million light-years. Behold the Golden Chakravartin, a literal god of sorts. So let's have him describe himself first. After all, we're just puny mortal humans. I am the true god, the embodiment of the wheel of life, the spinner of all mantra. Now, if you still can't comprehend the epicness of this monster/god, during one of the boss fights, Chakravartin will literally be throwing planets and stars at you. Apart from being an actual god of mantra, Chakravartin, also known as the Golden Spider, was also the mysterious ruler of the Naraka, which is a strange world between life and death. It's basically a form of hell in literal terms, which makes Chakravartin the Lord of Hell too. Man, that's insane! But then even a god would probably pale in comparison to the next monster. Number 1. Granzeboma Super Robot Wars Z3. 52.8 billion light-years. If you've ever watched Gurren Lagann, then you'll probably know this one. Behold the Granzeboma, which is quite literally as big as the Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. And wait, that's not it. But then in the game, it's even bigger than the Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, at least in its super form. I mean, this monstrosity actually throws galaxies as weapons, for crying out loud. What's more? Well, he can literally grab 2 galaxies and smash them together, using its power to create an endless series of Big Bang explosions that causes an infinite number of galaxies to blast his enemy. Simply epic. Also, that size figure is actually the minimum that we considered. The Granzeboma is easily way more massive than that, but then even in its minimal form, it's easily even larger than the observable universe itself. So, you've got a proper, overpowered monster here. One that's going to wear the badge of being the largest ever monster in video games for quite a while. So, that was the last blast. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video thoroughly. If you did, you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mom. Thanks again for being an amazing audience. We'll catch you around again next time with more new videos. So stay tuned and keep watching. Factholic.